Hey everyone! Today, we're going to jump into a feature that can totally change the way you work with Claude Code. We're talking about unlocking its hidden potential and moving way beyond the default settings. So let me ask you something. When you hear Claude Code, do you immediately think it's just a tool for, well, coding? Something to help you write and debug software a little faster? If that's you, get ready because we are about to blow that idea wide open. Because what if you could actually transform Claude from a simple coding assistant into a patient teacher, or a super strict code reviewer, or really any kind of specialized agent you could possibly imagine? We're not just talking about adding a little context here. We're talking about giving it a whole new personality. And the secret to all of this, the real key to unlocking this power, is a feature called output styles. This is the engine that lets you get under the hood and completely reshape how Claude behaves. Okay, so what are these output styles anyway? Let's peel back the layers and see how this feature lets you fundamentally change Claude's core identity for any project you're working on. At its core, an output style is a way to directly mess with Claude Code's system prompt. You can think of the system prompt as its DNA. It's the fundamental set of instructions that tells it how to be. By changing that DNA, you can make it act like a totally different kind of assistant. But, and this is so important, it still keeps all its amazing core powers, like accessing files and keeping track of tasks. That all sounds pretty awesome in theory, right? But how does it actually work? What's really happening behind the curtain when you decide to switch from one style to another? Well, the process is actually pretty slick. First, it goes right in and modifies that core system prompt. Then, it cleverly strips out some of the default rules, like the one that tells Claude to always be super concise. After that, it injects your new custom instructions. And to top it all off, it even sets up little reminders for Claude to make sure it stays in character. It's basically a full personality transplant. Now, here's what I think is one of the coolest uses for this: turning Claude into your very own AI tutor. You can literally use this to learn and get better. Let's check out the two built-in styles that are designed just for this. Okay, check out the difference here. The explanatory style, that's like having a senior developer looking over your shoulder. It gives you these insights explaining why things were done a certain way. But then there's the learning style, which is so much more interactive. It actually leaves little to-dos, human comments in the code, asking you to fill in the blanks. It's a fantastic, hands-on way to learn.
The built-in styles are awesome, but the real magic happens when you realize you're not limited to just those. You can take full control and build a version of Claude that's perfectly designed just for you. Let's see how. And switching styles is unbelievably easy. You can just type /output style, and a little menu pops up with all your choices. Or if you already know which one you want, you can just type it out directly, like /output style explanatory. Boom, you're done. It's that simple. Just a quick little technical note here. These settings aren't global. They're saved for each project in a local settings file. And that's actually great because it means you could have a tutor Claude for one project and a code reviewer Claude for another, and they won't get mixed up. So right about now, I bet you're thinking, okay, the built-in stuff is cool, but what if I want to build something totally new, something that's not a teacher or a coder? Well, the good news is you absolutely can. You won't believe how easy this is. Creating a brand new personality for Claude is as simple as making a markdown file. You just write your new instructions in a simple text file and save it in the right directory. That's it. It makes it super accessible for anyone to start building their own custom agents. Now, inside that file, you use a little bit of metadata at the top to set things up. The name and description are just for you, but you need to pay close attention to this last one. Keep coding instructions. By default, it's set to false. That is huge. It means your custom style, out of the box, removes all the software engineering instructions. This is your key to making Claude do things that have nothing to do with code. Now, Claude has a couple of different ways you can customize it, and it's pretty easy to get them confused. So let's take a second to make it super clear when you should use an output style versus one of the other features. This chart here really lays it all out. Think of output styles for those deep, system-level personality changes. A CLA-MD file? That's just for temporary instructions for a single project. Agents are like bringing in a specialist for one specific job, and custom / commands are basically just shortcuts. So the bottom line is, if you want to change who Claude is, output styles are the tool for the job. All right, let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway here? It means you are no longer just using an AI tool. You are now the architect of it.
It's your AI, and you get to make the rules. With what we've just gone over, you can now literally transform Claude into a tutor or a really harsh code reviewer or anything else you can dream up. You can fine-tune its personality so it fits your workflow perfectly. You can have totally different assistants for different projects. And most importantly, you can push Claude's abilities far, far beyond just writing code. It really all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. Output styles don't just tweak the output a little bit, they give you the power to define the agent itself. So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have the tools, now that you know how to build any kind of assistant you want, what are you going to create? What kind of specialized expert or creative partner or patient teacher will you build first? The possibilities are wide open.